This is a quick presentation on how Room and Care works with DSHS to match you with Medicaid clients. The pictures are for display purposes only and don't actually represent how the website looks. And all the businesses you see in these slides are all fake, made-up businesses and are not real. The process typically starts with a case manager meeting a client and performing a care assessment. Then the case manager uploads the full care assessment to the internal Room and Care matchmaking tool. Room and Care will display 100% matching listings based on all the assessment details. What makes a 100% matching listing? When you create a Medicaid listing on Room and Care, you decide the exact characteristics of your next Medicaid client. Starting with sex and weight, if you have a preference or a weight limit, you can set your preferences. You can opt to include or exclude things like specialties, even if you carry the specialty. For example, if you carry a dementia specialty, but for whatever reason, you would prefer not to receive a Medicaid client that requires a dementia specialty, you can exclude it. You don't need to explain why you're excluding anything. These are all based on your own preferences. You know your business and you know what type of client you're looking for. As another example, if you have an adult family home and you own a Hoyer, you might already have 2 clients who use the Hoyer, and maybe you don't currently have enough staff to handle a third Hoyer client. You can exclude Hoyer so you won't receive any Medicaid referrals that require a Hoyer. Or wheelchairs. Some providers prefer no power wheelchairs because they damage the walls. If that's you, you can exclude power chairs. Same with hospice, turning and positioning, nurse delegation, or incontinence. It's completely up to you. You can see the chart on the left allows you to set a maximum level of care for 4 main activities of daily living. On the chart, you can see locomotion is set to a maximum of 4, transfers are set to a max of 5, toileting 4, and bathing 2. If you were to set these exact preferences, you would only get referrals for clients whose ADLs are anywhere within the green range, but never any clients that are in the red range. For house rules, you'll set your tobacco, medical marijuana, and pets policies. For tobacco, you might allow vaping in designated areas, but not allow smoking. Same with medical marijuana. You might hate the smell of marijuana smoke, but allow vaping or edibles, which is medical marijuana that comes as prepackaged food like a gummy or a bottle of juice. For behaviors in history, you can indicate if you would consider a client with certain behaviors such as aggressive, sexually inappropriate, or exit-seeking behaviors. You can also indicate if you would consider a client who's a registered sex offender. Everything listed in this slide, as well as the previous slide, is meant to be a way for you to not only set your preferences, but also your deal breakers. If you're 100% sure that you would not take a client who is level 5 for locomotion or who has a history of exit-seeking behavior, then set that as your preference. But if you think there's a chance you might consider a client with exit-seeking behavior, then don't exclude that behavior. Whatever you set, just know that you'll only receive referrals for clients who are a 100% match for all your preferences. In this example, I'm going to show you what it looks like when the system matches a assessment with providers. So Elizabeth Jones is 85. She prefers an adult family home. This is an overview of her care assessment. She is 260 pounds. She needs a dementia specialty, expanded community service, and she has exit-seeking behavior. Her ADL levels are here, and she needs a manual wheelchair, uses a manual wheelchair, and she needs turning and positioning. So you can see Spokane Hills has excluded the dementia specialty, so this will not be a 100% match. This referral will not go to this facility. Amazing Love AFH is a 100% match. They are looking for a male or female, no max weight. They have the dementia specialty, they have ECS. They're okay with manual wheelchairs and exit-seeking behavior, as well as turning and positioning. All the ADL levels also match hers. Valley Care AFH has chosen to exclude exit-seeking behaviors, so they would not be a match either. Loving Care is looking for a male client, so that's automatically no. They also excluded turning and positioning. Now, John's AFH is also a perfect match. They are seeking a female client with a max weight of 350, which is within range. They have the dementia specialty, they have ECS. all the ADL levels match, and they're okay with all the other things that she requires. So the case manager would send this referral invite to both of these providers. I have another example. Dorothy, who's 82 and prefers an assisted living facility. She's 145 pounds. She's insisted that she will not go to a facility unless she can bring her pet cat. She uses medical marijuana edibles and a power scooter. Her ADL levels are here. So Seattle Assisted Living is looking for male or female, max weight of 320. They're okay with cats, they're okay with medical marijuana, and with power scooters, and all their ADL levels are within her range. Skyview Living matches everything except they don't allow pets, so that would not be a match. Yesler Assisted Living is seeking a male client, so that's not a match. And Serene Place allows no medical marijuana and no pets allowed. Now, Golden Heights is also a perfect match. They're looking for a female, no max weight. They're okay with cats and medical marijuana, and everything else matches. So the case manager would send her, Dorothy's referral invite to both of these providers, Seattle Assisted Living and Golden Heights. We have one last example here. John Smith, who's 78, prefers an adult family home, and he's a male, 300 pounds, and is a smoker. He needs mental health specialty and specialized behavioral support. He uses a power wheelchair, he needs a Hoyer, and he's incontinent. And the ADL levels are here. So James AFH, a 100% match. They're looking for male or female. Their max weight is 400, so that's within range. They're okay with smokers. They have the mental health specialty, SBS. They're okay with power wheelchairs, Hoyers, incontinence, and all their ADL levels match. Grace Care is seeking a female client, so that would not work. Anna's Care, most of the things work except they've excluded power chairs as well as the mental health specialty. Compassion AFH, he's above their weight limit. They don't allow smokers, and they've excluded the Hoyer. So Angel Wings AFH here is also a perfect match, as they match everything that is on John's care assessment. So if we assume that the case manager would then send this referral invite to James AFH and to Angel Wings AFH, and we'll see how that looks on the next slide. The case manager sends John Smith's referral to both of these providers, and they'll both receive an email that looks like this, letting them know that they've received a Medicaid referral invite. They'll click View Invites to sign in and view all the details. This page shows what information will be included when you receive a referral invite. This is for illustration only, and it won't actually look exactly like this. Is to give you an idea of what info you'll have. So you can see here it gives you the info of basically a snapshot view of who the client is, some of the top items from the care assessment. So he's 78, he's a smoker, he needs the mental health specialty and SBS. You can use this to kind of look and make sure that all these things match exactly to what you listed for what you're looking for in a Medicaid client. It will also include one or two of his primary diagnoses and treatments. These will not be the full list of diagnoses or treatments, but you do have the full care assessment as a PDF that you'll be able to open and view, as well as the full service summary. The service summary will include detailed info about the care generated daily rate. The care generated daily rate will be included as part of the snapshot view. The rate is subject to change based on the county and state program availability, which could affect that rate. It will also include the case manager's contact info. So we have the name, phone, and email. If you have any questions about John or his assessment, you can contact them, get all your questions answered, and if you're happy with it, then you would hit accept referral. This page shows a stripped down version of that previous page, and it's just to show you that in this example, both providers have read the assessment and have both accepted this referral. So we see James AFH here and Angel Wings. We're going to just assume that they both read it, they've accepted it. So then the case manager will email John two website links, one to the listing of James AFH and the other for the listing of Angel Wings AFH. So when John opens both listings, he'll be able to decide which one he'd like to go with. Here are the two listings John will see. These are fake, by the way. Here's why it's so important to make sure your listings have lots of high quality photos. These two listings will mostly have the same or very similar services, since they were both 100% match for John. So the only thing he can really go off of is the photos. Unfortunately, lots of listings don't update their photos and they look similar to the one on the right. If you've ever booked a hotel or an Airbnb or searched online for a home or apartment, you'd probably agree that you'd never book a place that didn't have any photos. It's no different for families looking for care for a loved one. We've seen that the listings on Room and Care that have lots of high quality photos, they consistently get more calls, more messages, more visits, more bookings. We also see listings with one or two low quality photos, and they've been listed for months without any activity or interest from clients. So based on these two listings that John receives, if we assume that John notifies the case manager that he'd like to go with the one on the left, James AFH, then the case manager will officially award the referral to James AFH. James AFH will be notified that they've been awarded the client and to contact the case manager for next steps. And unfortunately, Angel Wings will be notified that the referral has been awarded to another provider. You can see James is so happy that he's actually trying to take a selfie using his trophy, while the gentleman from Angel Wings looks like at any moment he might actually mount his angel wings and fly to heaven. But in all seriousness, there will be times when you don't get the client, but don't beat yourself up, you'll get the next one. Luckily, there are things you can do to very much improve your odds, like adding photos. But sometimes there could just be two great listings and the client ends up choosing the one that's either closer to their family or closer to their doctor. Try not to take it to heart and don't give up. So what steps can you take to get more referrals? Number one, sign in often to update your last active date. Your last active date will always be visible to both case managers as well as private pay clients if you have private pay listings. When case managers see which listings are a 100% match for a care assessment, the listings are always sorted by last active date. Just to clarify on this point, a case manager first enters the client's preferred location, such as a city or neighborhood, and then the matching listings in that area are displayed and automatically sorted by most recent activity or the last active date. Case managers will always be more likely to send the referral invite to a listing that says last active 4 hours ago than to one that says last active 4 months ago. Every time you sign into your Room and Care account, it automatically updates the last active date on all of your listings. You don't need to do anything else. Just go to roomandcare.com and sign in, and then you can sign back out. That's all you need to do to keep your listings at the top of that list. Number two, respond quickly to referral invites. Case managers can see when you've opened a referral, and they're always hoping you'll read the assessment quickly and hit the accept button. Case managers have huge caseloads, and they're always trying to meet their goals for how long it takes to find a place for each client. When you hit accept on a referral invite, the case manager actually gets an email notification that a provider has accepted one of their invites. And to them, that's great news. They're that much closer to meeting one of their goals. If the case manager sends a referral invite to multiple providers, and if only one provider opens it quickly and accepts it, the case manager does not have to wait for the other providers to respond. The case manager could show the client the listing of the one provider who accepted, and if the client is happy with it, the case manager can award the referral to that provider. Any providers who have not responded yet will be notified that the referral is no longer available. We'll also soon be adding the provider's average response time to both Medicaid and private pay listings. So listings will not only say last active 2 hours ago, but they'll also say usually responds in 1 hour or usually responds in 30 minutes. This will let both private pay clients as well as case managers know that you're a provider who's quick to respond. Lastly, make sure to save do not reply at roomandcare.com and support at roomandcare.com as contacts, so none of the invites ever end up in your spam or junk folder. Number three, add photos to your listing. I've already mentioned this, but it's worth reiterating. You can add up to 36 photos to your listings, and soon we'll be adding video capability. We'll let you know when that feature is ready. You can sign in and add photos or videos from your smartphone if that's where you have them saved. Make sure to showcase everything you're proud of in your AFH or ALF, including photos of the inside, the outside, the garden, the rooms, the living room, bathrooms, dining area, your food, yourself, your staff, your games, activities, or outings, or anything else you can think of that families might like to know about your business. Here are some tips for getting great photos. Make sure there is very good lighting when taking photos or videos. Take photos in the daytime with open curtains and all the lights on. If the photo still looks dark, bring a lamp into the room and shine it on the area you're photographing. Photos with proper lighting always look way more professional and way more inviting. You can also brighten your photos using the adjustments on your phone, or try adding filters to improve the photos. Avoid adding photo collages with lots of photos stitched together, and instead add each photo individually so they can be viewed full size. Also avoid adding photos of your business cards or brochures. Your address and phone number will be displayed on the listing, and so will all the services that are listed on your brochure. So some of the previous slides talked about signing in often and being quick to reply to referrals. You can do all of that, and case managers will be more likely to send you referrals. However, even if you sign in quickly and accept the referral, if you have no photos or poor quality photos, you'll be at a big disadvantage at this stage. Because here, it's the client making the final decision, not the case manager. And from what we've seen, photos play a big part in the client's decision. We want you to succeed and get lots of clients, both private pay and Medicaid. Room and Care was designed to help you fill your rooms. And adding photos is the best way to do that. It might not seem like a big deal, but great photos actually makes the difference between getting a client and not getting a client in many cases. If you have specific questions about your account, or if you spot a bug on the site, please email us at support@roomandcare.com and include a detailed description of what you need help with or what caused the bug. We'll work quickly to resolve all issues, and we're standing by to help. In the next video, we're going to show you how to create a Medicaid listing and how to accept referral invites. Thank you.